Before we go any further, I would like to remind you the following firearm safety rules. They are: always point your firearm in a safe direction. Always make sure that your firearm is unloaded. Always keep your finger off the trigger until you are ready to shoot.
At this point, what I want to show you folks is that, like with our Glock video, there's different food groups that we have here. We have the slide, right? We have the frame. This is the heart and soul of this pistol. We also have some parts that make up the slide assembly, which are the guide rod, spring, and spring cap, where if you remember with the Glock, this is all one piece. Here it's different. Now there's a subtle difference in between variations of the 1911, one of them being that the traditional GI type has a small spring plug that's about yay big, and this one has a full length one. Still the same type of spring, different spring cap, because the full length guide rod needs to go through it, where the spring cap in the GI models bottoms out inside of the cap, so you don't need an open hole. And then we have our barrel bushing and slide release lever. So some of these require detailed cleaning, others don't. It's important to note that this is a field stripping. This is where we recommend that you take it down to. Again, all the folks at Novo Arms are trained instructors as well as armorers, and some have a lot of background in gunsmithing. You'll always want to refer to your specific manual for your specific firearm. We wouldn't want you folks to void your warranty in any way, shape, or form. For any questions of that nature, always make sure to call the customer service line for that specific company. That's something that we don't want you folks to do. We want to make sure that you have a very clean and well-maintained firearm, but we don't want you to void it in any way, shape, or form. That being said, let's go into the cleaning. Now, as I showed you folks for the Glock video, if you can hand me that BT-101 kit, this is possibly the most basic kit that you're going to use to clean a semi-automatic pistol, especially something that you're going to carry concealed. If you don't have a vast collection of firearms and you just have a few and you want to have a very simple field expedient cleaning kit, the BT-101 is honestly where you want to be. As a 2-ounce serving of our solvent, 2-ounce serving of our Battleborn oil, the green microfiber cloth you see right here in front of you, and this mil-spec brush, plastic bristle brush, might I add. Bronze, very brittle, stabs you in the fingers, leaves that weird color exchange. You know, it doesn't have a high life cycle, so we use very hard bristles that are going to break that carbon loose. Also wrapped inside of the green microfiber cloth are 2 sample packets of our Battleborn Grease, which a lot of folks don't know, and it's a good point that I'm bringing it up for this platform, and we'll get a little bit into it as we go into the video. The Battleborn Grease, Battleborn oil, and any oil that we offer are the same base technologies. Okay, what does that mean? Especially for 1911. Some folks like to use grease in lieu of oil. Absolutely. Well, our oil and our grease mix together quite well. One is not going to cancel the other one out. The reason why I say that, a lot of our competitors can't make that claim. They're different technologies. All of our lubricants are the same base technologies. Different pour points and flash points, those are the numbers that you see on the outside of the packaging. The grease, for example, is -75 to 510, ASTM certified tested numbers. Our standard Battleborn oil is from -90 to 417, and our new HP Pro, which we'll go into here in a little bit, is from -65 to I believe 507. This one's still pretty new, so I'm trying to remember it. And they can all work together in tandem, so some folks like to use them in different spots. Now, let's go into the first spot. We've cleaned this gun before, so you could tell there's not a lot of carbon here. It's for the purposes of the video, but I would use my 16-ounce spray that I used in the last video. Okay, and the reason why I use this, for desktop purposes, if you have a gunsmithing bench or something like that, this one works perfectly. Remember, a little bit of this stuff goes a long way, so this one's going to last you a while. We've cleaned quite a few guns with this, and you can tell the only stuff that's been used is right here. So you would do a light misting on the inside, right here, right here. Let it sit like I did with the other ones. Right here and right in this area. You can get right into this little recoil lug area. And there's always some carbon that gets built up in there, so you can let it sit. It's almost like pre-soaking clothes. The good thing about our solvent is that it's not going to dry up because it is a petroleum-based hydrocarbon instead of water-based. Okay, so let's get into the rest of the parts. We have the barrel as well. One important thing to note about 1911 barrels, you're going to see a lot of plain stainless steel barrels. I love our solvent for one of the main reasons for this gun is when you spray this, okay, you see a clean barrel, right? I see a clean barrel. But watch what happens, right? And I always use this brush to really dig it deep into those porous surfaces and just kind of break anything loose that might be there, okay? This happened to us at the NRA show last year with a very talented 1911 pistol smith from Nighthawk Customs, actually, Mr. Richard Heine, who's a legend. He brought us one of his custom pistols and we did a quick cleaning. It looked just like this, and then when we started cleaning it, we started pulling carbon off the surface.
That's incredible. What looks already very clean was not.
Yeah.
It took breakthrough to do this, or breakthrough clean to come out, to lift it basically.
Yeah, and you can see right there where...
That's incredible.
So if you're trying to pull stains off of a stainless steel surface, which it's going to happen, there's some minor surface stains that you're going to see, it's going to work very well at doing that. Okay, now that we're talking about the barrel, you saw everything that we pulled off an already clean barrel. We can spray down the barrel as well. There's different schools of thought. Keep in mind that you can have a full-blown cleaning kit, or if you chose to go with our BT101 kit, you also have the opportunity to buy this and add it to your cart. If you're not trying to build a full-blown cleaning kit, most of these pistols from the factory come with some sort of plastic cleaning rod. I know Glock comes with one where it has the provisions for a screw-on attachment, like a cleaning brush or a jag or something like that.
The standard basic one, yes.
Yeah, it is, and it's a universal thread pitch,
right.
And that's what Swabits has done. They have their fast, patchless firearm cleaning value pack, which we saw on the website. And this pack, what you notice when you start digging into it, you have different little foam bore swabs that you can put the solvent on. You break one off, kind of like a model airplane kit. You break one off, you can wet it with the solvent and run it through the barrel, kind of like a patch.
I noticed they're color coded.
Exactly. They're also for different calibers. So this one is for .357 Magnum and 9mm. As you guys know, there's a similarity there between those calibers, so it's kind of a universal one. This one is for .223 and .556. Obviously, it's bigger, but this collapses as you pull it through. Cool. You also have, which one broke off, for the .30 caliber and .762. The most important thing about this one, keep in mind, there's a lot of .30 caliber guns out there and we don't think about it. 300 Black, 300 Whisper, 762 by 5.1, 308, 762 by 3.9, 762 by 5.4 Russian. There's a lot of different .30 calibers out there that this one will work for. So don't just think, oh, 308 NATO and that's it. Because you'll be buying a lot of expensive hardware and you really only need one to fill certain calibers. 45 caliber, that's the one that we want to use for this one. And obviously you got 40 and 10 mil.
And you can get multiple uses of each swab. Is that right?
Actually, yes. See how it's foam and it's not cotton? You know,
right.
It feels like cotton, but it's a very porous, open-celled foam, right? So it's going to hold on to our solvent, and then you push it through, you knock out all the carbon that's in there, and then to clean it, you simply just dab it down. If you want to wash it out a little bit with a spritz of our solvent, you could do that. I've gotten up to about 5 uses out of one.
Wow.
So really, you do the math, you can clean a considerable amount of guns just with one little patch, where before you would have been spending a lot of money on other systems. And these are here.
I like this.
Put these off to the side. Another option that you have, and it's on our website as well, is our Quick P, and that stands for our Quick Weapons Improvised Cleaning Kit. And this one's universal for all pistols. That's what the P stands for. And this one, you have a 2-ounce serving of our solvent, our Battleborn oil. You also have the little pull-through handle. You have the pull-through cable, which is right over here. which connects to this. And then we have our series of brass jags with hard plastic bristles.
Not brass.
Exactly.
Hard plastic.
Like we talked about before with the brushes,
Right.
we don't use brass. It's kind of the industry norm. If you've noticed our recipe for everything that we do, we tend to go the path of least resistance. We don't like to follow the herd just because of the simple fact that someone else is doing it. So you're going to get your money's worth when you buy products from us, not just for our core technologies, but everything else that surrounds it.
Absolutely.
So you have the different calibers here from 45 all the way down to 22. You also have the patch holders for the patches that are provided with the kit. These are cloth patches. You can get at least two, 3 good pulls through a bore, and then 2 sample packets of our Battleborn Grease. So if you wanted to try that out and do the little mixing theory that we talked about between our Battleborn oil and the grease, absolutely, you at least have a sample pack so you can give it a try. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine. But again, one is not going to break the other one down.
Worked for me.
Yeah. So we're going to put this off to the side real quick here. And seeing how we have these out, I'm going to give it a try. Notice how it's screwing right in. So even if you wanted to, even if you bought our Quick P kit, you can buy the Swabits patches and it's backwards compatible to everything that we sell.
Technically, this fits any other basically tool out there too. Threads onto this.
Exactly.
It's a standard thread.
Exactly. It's a universal thread pitch for this specific system. So the way that you would do it, seeing how it's not a push through, I really want to put that out there. It's not a push through. You would actually put this after you snaked the cable through the barrel.
Oh, I see.
So there's a couple ways. You can just go crazy with the Cheese Whiz and spray down the barrel, or you can pre-moisten the Swabits. Put this through, put this at the end, right?
And just pull through. That's it, and you're done.
Look at everything that was in there. Look at
That was
everything
that was a
picked up.
clean barrel, I thought.
We thought the outside of the barrel was clean too.
Yeah.
You know, and good point. We're talking about cleaning that. Just a couple dabs. Look how it cleans it. You know, a lot of folks can make claims, and that's fine. It's marketing. We all do it, right? Everybody has to say something to get attention for their product. But I promise you, the only thing we'll ever say about our product and products that we stock on our e-commerce store are just plain facts. We don't have to, I guess, get creative with anything. So we're going to do it once more. We're going to disconnect this. Put it through. Connect it again. Let's just do one more little quick spray. I do a slow pull to make sure I get everything that's stuck in between the lands and grooves. And look, there's still a little bit in there. Now with 2 pulls, notice this is coming out fairly clean.
Right.
So the solvent did its job of breaking everything loose.
On the first pass.
Exactly. And look, like I told you folks, I wouldn't make claims that we can't support. Just by dabbing it, you don't want to rub, just by dabbing it. It's reusable again.
That's incredible, really.
So let's put that off to the side. We're going to let the barrel dry. You want to let the solvent dry after you've cleaned the surface. Main reason, if it's still wet, well, what's the solvent's main use? What does it do? It breaks down other, products around it. So if you put our oil on the same surface that there's still solvent in there, it's like drinking for sobriety. You're never going to get anywhere. So let the surface dry or wipe it down, and then apply the oil. We get some calls every now and again. We love you folks. We appreciate the opportunity to earn your business every time. But come on, guys. If there's still wet solvent on the surface, it's going to happen. You're going to break down the oil, okay? So that's probably what you're facing. That's probably what you're seeing. So this one was pre-cleaned like we were talking about before. Yes, you can wipe down these individual pieces as you see fit. It's just a quick wipe down, right?
As always, thank you for joining us. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay up to speed on all our Breakthrough Clean University videos. Also, check our social media pages for up-to-the-minute news, product offers, and giveaways. Thank you, Gabe.
Thanks, Sam.
See you in the next video.